Fried food is always delicious, but what about pickle brine chicken nuggets and fried pickles? This was so good, you're going to want to save this recipe so you can make it later. So the key to pickling anything, of course, is to start out with clean, sterilized mason jars or canning jars. I'm doing dill pickle spears and chips. If you like your pickles spicy, a good add-in would be jalapeno peppers, or you could do chili flakes or other peppers and onions. So I assemble everything that I want to go in. So the cucumbers, the fresh dill, I'm also adding a few bits and pieces of garlic. If you like it spicy, this would be a good time to add chili flakes or jalapeno peppers. That's always a good flavor. So for the brine, I'm using white vinegar. I did 2 cups of white vinegar and 1 cup of water, and literally a handful, as you can see, of peppercorns, a handful of sea salt, and traditionally I would add white granulated sugar, but I was out, so I substituted honey instead. I didn't really notice a difference in taste. This is like my 3rd or 4th time making pickles. Boil it, let the heat cool down just a bit to warm, but not room temperature, and carefully pour it over your pickles. I let it sit under the sink overnight and then set it in the refrigerator. And the next day I decided to fry them up with gluten-free all-purpose flour, onion and garlic powder, paprika, and no salt because, of course, the pickles are salty enough. So this is what the pickles look like. So for the fried pickles, I kept it really simple. I'm just using 1 egg and a lot of hot sauce that I'm mixing together. Then I dip the pickles into the egg hot sauce mix and then dip it into the gluten-free seasoned flour that I made earlier. Try to get it as thoroughly coated with the flour as you can, and do not shake off any excess. You really want this to have a nice covering of flour. You can tell when the oil is ready when you flick your wet fingers into the grease and it starts to bubble up. I'm literally using just a drizzle of canola oil to fry these pickles. I've got the temperature on about high heat, but sometimes I alternate it to medium because I don't want it to burn. You want to cook them for about 2 to 3 minutes until they look like this. And sit them on a rack and get ready to make the chicken nuggets. So I'm using pickle juice, an egg, and hot sauce, and stirring all of that together. And I'm gonna let the chicken nuggets, which is basically 1 large chicken breast, marinate for about 15 to 20 minutes before I coat it with the same gluten-free seasoning mix as before. So it's basically 1-for-1 gluten-free baking flour, onion and garlic powder, and paprika. And I did skip the salt, of course, because the pickle brine is extra salty. So thoroughly coat your chicken nuggets keep going, rinse and repeat. And then you want to fry it up in a lot more oil, enough to cover the sides of the chicken nuggets. And you want to cook them for about 2 to 3 minutes per side on medium high to medium heat. Okay, so look at this. Okay, so these are fried pickles and chicken nuggets soaked in pickle brine, and I am going to taste them. Of course, I've already had some because I just couldn't resist. These are absolutely delicious. You get that sour pickle taste with the nice seasoned breading. Oh, this is so good.